Okay, good evening. And yours truly is, let's see, online right now. And we're trying to do a little test here, see if we can do a dual live stream. So right now we're on Facebook as well as YouTube. And it looks like I see Reese Bobby saying hello. So hi, Reese Bobby. How's it going? Let's see if I can answer. Hi. Okay. And well, we'll see how this goes. Just recapping some of the things just recently. I think it was yesterday. Just posted a summary of 2020 and just going through some of the key videos as well as some links in the description to talk about just some of the things we did the other day. Oh, looks like on Facebook I see Laramie Jordan's. Okay, hi Laramie. All I'm doing is just a live stream dual multicast from YouTube as well as Facebook, and we're just kind of playing around right now. And so open forum right now. Maybe just recap some of the things that we just did recently, specifically the set of videos posted most recently, in this case yesterday, the live stream where I did a summary of 2020. Other than that, I'm just kind of trying to see if this live stream setup will work. Even got my ukulele here with me. It's one of those nights where, well, not sure what we'll be doing. Maybe tomorrow, may hit one of the ponds in the local area, do some fly fishing. I think I'm going to leave the Go Fish camera at the house and go back to, well, just bring a fishing pole and catch a fish or two, and maybe even get a video or two out there. I know it's been chilly lately. We had some rain here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area that kind of slowed things up. But that said, should be at least some opportunity to get out there and hit a pond or two. I did see on Facebook a couple of the Facebook pages specifically for the Blue River. It looks like the recent rains has got things a little bit chocolatey up there. So looking at different things and maybe give it a shot. Let's see, micro fly rod fishing. Yep, that is pretty fun to do. Any particular questions on micro fly rod fishing? I got several up over here. In fact, here, I'll even grab one real quick. All right, this is the two-piece micro fly rod that I like using. This is the one that I usually would just grab at a moment's notice and hit one of the ponds. So, give that a shot. In fact, maybe I'll take this with me tomorrow, wherever I go, and see if that'll work. My initial plans was going to go and take the TFO 6 weight. I've watched most of your micro rods. Oh, cool. All right. Well, can you? Of the micro rods that you saw, any particular one that do you have any questions on or some thoughts? Me in particular, I like this one the best because it feels like a real fly rod. When I'm fishing for other fish, though, I do like using some of these other ones that I've got. That Oris Practicaster, or I zip tied a reel to it. That's been a good one to play around with, and I took the Reddington one. I think I shifted that one back. No, I think I kept that one back up there. Let me see if I can grab that one. All right, this is the micro fly rod where I'm using the Reddington practice fly rod as a fly rod, and I just zip tied the Ross Fly Start 1 reel, I think it is. The Orvis Practicaster, actually I took that reel off, and I've been actually using it as a practice fly rod because you can do it fairly quickly just to make sure you keep your skill set going. But this one's a pretty good one also. I went with a normal fly line. How well did the zip ties work? I have a rod tip I've turned into a micro with no reel seat. So far, it's not been an issue at all. The only thing is it's pretty much semi-permanent. You can't just change reels. You'll have to just snip it and then retie it back on. But you can see it's pretty tight right there. In the past, I've also used electrical tape. But right now I've been using these zip ties. And for that Orvis Practicaster, I just snipped it off and it's back to being just a normal practice rod. See if I can go grab that one real quick. Okay, here it is. This is the Orvis Practicaster. You can see it's been put back to being a normal practice casting fly rod. But yeah, I just put it right here, zip tie it in place, and I think trying to find it, but the rod or reel that I like using for it. Let's see. I think it's back over here. Okay. Yeah, this is the Echo 2-3 weight, Echo Ion 2-3 weight. And this one, I've taken this one and put it on here, as well as the Hydros SL1 reel. In both cases, not had any issues with the zip tie holding it in place. Will Green. Hi, Will Green. Going to get back into fly fishing this year. All right, cool. So I guess it sounds like you were fly fishing previously. By chance, what gear do you have? Maybe some lessons learned from our end that maybe answer some of your questions, or maybe some suggestions. We're not experts, but we've been out there, and through our trials and errors, well, maybe there's a few things that we can suggest. Anyways, let me put these back up real quick. Alrighty. Well, let's see. Speaking of getting started in fly fishing, there was one question that we had several years ago from an individual asking about what beginning fly rod they would use, and I think I posted it on our website, Stalker Trout Fishing, I think it was. Chris Gorman is building me a micro rod also. All right, cool. Is that? I think I had a text or a post where someone had contacted me where they built micro fly rods where they add a reel seat to it. That seems like a pretty good deal there, because you get that extra extension. But speaking of getting back into fly fishing, the one that I normally use was a 5-weight 9-foot Reddington. I think it was a classic trout one. That was the one that I first started using, and it was pretty good. And I think I posted some videos when you're getting back into fly fishing. Also take up fly tying, and when I say fly tying, don't have to get all the latest and greatest gear. You mainly want to get good at tying a particular fly that you're going to use when you go fishing. So I'm trying to remember way back when my first fly that I tied was a little foam grasshopper, or actually foam spider, that looked like the Betts Brim Getter. It was a 5 or 6 weight from Bass Pro. Been about 20-25 years since I last used it. Got a Cabilla's 9 8-weight that I'm going to use for stripers. Ooh, all right, cool. 9-foot 8-weight. That's a good one to use. Are you thinking of fishing here, maybe up in Denison for these stripers, or Are you maybe at a different location instead of the Metroplex area like we are? Don't really use an 8-weight for fly fishing for stripers, but I do have used it. But that was, of course, well, I broke that fly rod. It was an 8-weight fly rod. Now it's one of my micro fly rods. Black bear beetle was my first fly that I had hand tied. All right, cool. So it sounds like maybe catching a few brim, bluegill, and whatnot with it. So yeah, it's pretty fun. Let's see, any particular area that you plan on trying to do some fly fishing for those stripers? We've been doing really well when they're generating for water up at Denison or Power, but it's been pretty tough over by Alberta Creek. Okay, all right, cool. I don't think I've been up in that area up at Texoma. I've mainly been in the kayak in the Texoma Lake proper at High Point, Spillway Park and Eisenhower, as well as Lighthouse Marina. Been doing some kayak fishing there. I think I took the John boat there one year as well with the old 6 horsepower, I think out of Lighthouse Marina, and did some fishing up in some of the coves up there. But I don't think we were fly fishing. It was mainly doing some trolling with the with some of the bass fishing gear that we have. Okay, so it looks like the live stream seems to be working both with Facebook and for YouTube, so that's good news. Got a new kayak. Okay, from Will Green, got a new kayak. What kind of kayak is it? And are you planning on using that up at Texoma? Definitely like Texoma. Texoma is one of our favorite places, especially catching some of those striped bass. I think maybe we may try fishing on the Oklahoma side up here in 2021 once things warm up too. So maybe stay tuned for some of that as well. Going to be use striper and catfish. All right, cool. All right. Mainly use the kayak for striped bass fishing. Doing trolling and whatnot. Did some, I think Lake Lavon did some kayak fly fishing over there for some white bass. Mainly do some bottom bouncing with the fly, or not the fly rod, but with just conventional spinning gear and whatnot, as well as jug lining with the for catfish. Vibes Seaghost 130 Smoke Camo. All right, cool. So 13 foot. I guess it's pretty stable, and maybe it's a, I think it's a sit on top kayak. I think. Me personally, we've been using basically the old Heritage that's fairly lightweight, very portable, and then the Pelican Catch 100, and then we've got this old Motion Spitfire, real shorty one that I used one year to go take out into the beach to launch some shark fishing baits. Other than that, we've been using it up here locally. It's a sit on top. Okay, cool. Alrighty. Anyhow, it sounds like this live stream's working pretty good, and we'll probably maybe here in 2021 do more of these, and maybe reach out to our audience and maybe do more of these. Kind of get a feel for what folks are wanting us to maybe look into. Ours in particular, we definitely have a season when it comes to fishing. So this time of year, it's mainly trout season. So trout, stock trout in Texas and Oklahoma, and the occasional hit over there to hit some striped bass. And then we'll shift over to some pond fishing, the bass pond later. And then as things warm up, we'll go into kayak fishing. Got the Pelican Challenger 100, not too stable with us. Okay, I think we've got the, I think we got the same one, Pelican Catch 100. It's actually pretty stable for yours truly. We been able to stand in it and whatnot, and significant other, she likes using it with an umbrella, of course, because it gets really hot out there and the sun gets there. But okay, so hopefully maybe in the comments let us know if you like us doing these. maybe more of this two-way communication might maybe help us share some things that we know, as well as maybe we can learn a few things from y'all. Especially, this past year, there was several occasions where some of our audience, viewers and whatnot, gave us some good suggestions, and we definitely jumped on it and was able to take advantage of it. So, all right, all for now. And for those that did join, really appreciate you joining. And for those that listen in later, we'll just go ahead and post it as a normal post on both sites, the YouTube as well as Facebook page. Well, here's to 2021 and more fishing. All right. Happy New Year and good luck and good fishing.